Arvid Nordqvist. Grandia. Hela bönor, mellanmörk, rund och fruktig. Today we are shooting a wine bottle. I shot some wine bottles recently, and you asked me to do a tutorial how I shoot wine bottles. It's quite simple, you know, 2 strip boxes on the sides, because that's what the client wants often. Even though I'm not such a big fan of this style, and I talked about this in a previous video, one of the first videos on this channel. If you scroll back like 50 years, you will find a wine bottle tutorial. And I really don't remember what I did back then, but probably something similar. But I can show you now, 2025, how I do wine bottles. When I shoot wine bottles, I use this black reflective glass, like a glass tabletop from IKEA, and it gives a nice reflection. And for the background, I have a blue paper roll. I prefer to have blue, even though I know it will be a red background, but I will probably not use that background, the original. Often I change this in post to add a new perfect one. But let's go for this, so we have something to show the client along the way, I feel. Especially when you shoot with a client in the studio, you know. So let's put up the background, a flash for the background. Do it like this. Let's go for a reflector with a 10 degree grid. Okay, let's start lowest power on this one. So there we are. And if you take a shot and you see a bit of the bottle, because we have these LED panels, so there will be some pollution, light pollution. Let's shoot lowest power and see where we are. Kind of perfect in the center there, I was lucky. But we see the reflector. Can't have that, so let's lower this. So is it in the center or is it too much to the left? One trick is to put it at lowest power, and we can put up now it is at the lowest power, so we can change the aperture. At 10 we go up to f32, then it's a bit easier to see if it's in the center. Yes, it's a bit too much to the left. Okay, there we go. And now when we have it in the center, now we can go back with aperture. Okay, there we are. Just for fun, let's check out how it will look if we go up with the power. So let's go for this one. Now we need to add the light strips, you know, reflections on the wine bottle. Let's pretend we're shooting for a client. Let's say the client would like to have one sharp reflection on the one side and a bit diffused one on the other side, you know. So let's do that, and let's make this one the diffused one. Now we have this strip box on. We will get we can take a shot to see what it looks like. You see there, we have something. We can go up with the power a bit. And now we will make it diffused, okay? C-stand with C-stand arm, you just add the diffusion roll. Then we just pull down the diffusion, and if you are afraid that it will keep on rolling, you can add a clamp. We just add a clamp like this, but on the other side, to prevent it from spinning. So now we have this diffusion. So let's take another one. Yes, now it's diffused. Okay, now we just need to find the perfect spot for the strip box. So we are happy, you know, if you want to have diffused edges on both sides, or if you like to have sharp edge on one side, then you go close, something more like this. You move it so it will touch this, and then it will fades off. We can do that. I would change this roll the other way around, because now we can move the strip box all the way to the diffusion. That's quite important if you would like to have a sharp edge. First, we move this as close as possible to the wine bottle. And then we can start like this, take a shot. We will get a sharp edge and then it fades off. And we can do the other way around, sharp at the back, and then it fades closer. We can move this even way back, you know. Sharp at the back. If you go even further back, then we will have diffused all the way in front. But this is not the look we're going for today. Today we just want to have diffused strip reflection. Where are we now? Move it back a bit. Yes, something like this. Now I see that this bottle is quite a challenge because it's not smooth. I can see it's very wobbly, this glass, so there'll be a lot of Photoshop work. But now we have the diffused reflection on the right side. Now we will add the sharp one on this side, and let's turn it on. Yes, flash C. There we are. I do not have diffusion on this one yet because it's very wrinkly, and I haven't fixed that. I got many tips from you guys, very good ones, to fix this, but I haven't done this, so let's try to make it as flat as possible with the diffusion. Yeah, a bit better. Let's take down the power. Then we just need to find the right spot. Can be a bit tricky because you don't want it to be too far out to the edge and not too much in the center, you know. And you see down at the bottle here, it's totally looks like a disaster there, but there will be some post-production, you know. But this is, you know, this is how I shoot bottles. I wonder if we can make this, if you can put this a bit closer. It's a bit big. Now it's a bit too sharp. So if I move it a bit, now we need to be a bit out to get this diffused edge. There we are. Very, very simple, really. If you like to have the same thing going on both sides, then you just, you know, add another diffusion roll on this one. And if you want to have sharp edges, you just add a bare without diffusion on this side, you know. You see in the center of the bottle, sometimes this can be too dark, and then you need to add some light in the center. Red background, I would change it completely, because then I can decide where I would like to have the horizon, you know. Now it looks a bit off because it's too close to the bottom of the label there. So there we are. The rest will be in Photoshop to fix this bottle, and I see this GW letters in gold. They look kind of nice. So I got a bit lucky there, I must say, because I wouldn't change this. I think it looks nice. The only thing, maybe we need to up the power a bit on this this guy's face, and maybe on the Reserva text down here, but that I will add in post. There will be a layer by layer Photoshop edits video for the members. Okay, there we are. I just bought Glendronach 15-year-old whiskey. I don't know, should we make a tutorial on this one? As you see, whiskey bottles, something completely different than wine bottles. You don't shoot them like wine bottles, something else, you know. Much more complicated, I would say. So, there we are, guys. Okay, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them below the like button. If you like to be a member, joining the coffee supporters, get access to over 70 plus member exclusive, member only videos. Then you can hit the join button. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and then you will be notified when there's a new video coming out. And share this. Share the video with a friend. Yeah, do that. And remember, as always, I'll see you next.
Time.